Yes! Alrighty! What's up, everybody? It is I, your travel god of extreme, Peter Joseph here. Tired, hot, and in pain. But that's the price you pay for being in the summer. But anyway, minus all that, I am back here with another video on your Monday afternoon, getting close to Monday evening and Monday night, August the 24th, August the 24th, so that's 5 times fast. August the 24th, 2026. Thank you for watching right here on the Peter Joseph YouTube Wrestling Channel, youtube.com/Peter Joseph. Make sure you like the video, hit the subscribe button down in my pants, otherwise known as the description box below. Subscribe to my other channels as well. All those links are down there too. So do it now. Leave a comment on the video if you like. You don't have to, but if you want to, don't leave stupid comments. You get sent to the Shadow Realm, beaten severely, and then Ozzy and Satan will laugh at you and then eat your soul. Don't do it. Go do it somewhere else. Because you're going to get blocked, and pretty much will be destroyed. And then that's pretty much it. So if you don't like it, don't cry when you get blocked. If you think I'm a pussy for that, well, I get more pussy than you anyway. But I digress on that. Share the video all over the internet. Follow me on social media, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And don't forget to tap and slap that bell. Turn on all notifications so you don't miss the next one. Because you miss anything, your problem, because you're SOL. You know what that means. If you don't know what it means, you got more problems than Jay-Z. And that's that. So, like, share, subscribe, leave a comment, and all that good shit. And if you're brand new here, because we're getting close to 1,300 subscribers, we're pretty much on the cusp of it. So, as we make the road to 1,300 and beyond, if you haven't subscribed, do it now. And when you do subscribe, as we say in the business, because it is a business, welcome to the party, pal. We hope you enjoy the ride. Sit back, relax, grab what's left of your tasty cold one. I'll get more later, but because I had a big lunch. Me and Mrs. had a big lunch. So anyway, so grab yourself your own tasty cold one. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. If you like it, great. You don't, too bad. That's pretty much it. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, really quickly, we got Monday Evening Raw coming up in about 25 minutes or so. I don't know where, and I don't care where, but an early Raw because they're double taping tonight, because the live Raw taping SmackDown at 8 p.m. We'll see that on Friday, and on Friday, they'll be taping Raw, taping next week's SmackDown, the September 4th episode of SmackDown, and they'll be taping Raw after next week's SmackDown. After SmackDown, they'll be taping that at 10 p.m. So we'll see that next Monday, the 31st, because we don't have a time. Most likely, we'll see the tape version at 8 p.m. on Netflix, unless you have a VPN. You can watch it early. So might watch early Raw again for the next week, and then 2 weeks. Well, next 2 weeks of SmackDown are taped, which sucks. But it's Labor Day weekend, so Hunter's giving everybody off. What a nice guy! I'm giving everybody off for a week. Pretty much, but everybody's got to come back to work on next Sunday. Actually, 2 weeks from Sunday. With Sunday night's main event from Hotlanta, GA, and then the Raw after the Labor Day Raw. And that's that. But we'll talk about Raw. We'll watch Raw a little bit. We'll talk about it probably late tomorrow, because I do got a bunch of errands to run tomorrow, so I'm not going to get to everything. So we'll get that. But right now, ladies and gentlemen, before we get to anything, really quickly, let's talk about Lockdown last night. Woo! And it is time for your TNA Lockdown review for last night. And we're emanating from the Credit Union 1 Arena. I don't know why you should call it the Credit 1 Union Arena. Whoever made that name up is stupid. But anyway, we're still from the Credit Union 1 Arena in Chicago, Illinois. Shish kebab. Shawshank Redemption. Chicago! You're out of there! Go! Get out! As Ace Ventura said in Ace Ventura 2. The horrible one. I like 1 better than 2, even though 2 had a few good one-liners, but still. kind of like what Spaceballs 2 might be. You know, good one-liners, and who knows if the movie's gonna be any good, but we'll see. And that's that. All right, our commentary team: Tom Phillips and a man who loves Rusev Day, Chicago's own. I didn't know that, but he's from Chicago. Matthew Waywall. Oh, in English. And that's that. All right, last night's pay-per-view surprised me. All Cage pay-per-view coming back since the pandemic, pretty much before the pandemic. The fucking virus. So that was that, but this pay-per-view last night was pretty damn good. Not great, but good. And now we're on the road to, we got a live show Thursday, and then pretty much we're gearing up for Bound for Glory next, in October, with, well, pretty much we got one match already announced, which is crazy enough. But we get that. Alright, so we started with the pre-show. We had the Righteous, not in the cage. This one was not in the cage. The Righteous Vincent and Dutch take on that fake YouTuber, Brandon the Entertainer. And the man goes, all night long, all night. That's Rick Swan. Kind of a meh match, but in the end, in under 8 minutes, the Righteous hit Orange Sunshine on BDE. 1, 2, 3. I don't know if they're gonna recruit him or Rick Swan. They're looking like they're recruiting Brandon the Entertainer. I don't know why. Either one, I don't know why, but it is what it is. What's that? All right. Then the other pre-show match we had. We had a cough. We had Trey Miguel, formerly of the Rascals, not in the cage. Trey Miguel in his Spider-Man gear. Interesting. Spider-Man does what other spiders can't. Or Spider-Pig, whatever. He takes on Agent Zero, the big man from Order 4. 5-minute garbage fest. Agent Zero was beating the crap out of him. Downward spiral. A swinging downward spiral by Agent Zero got into a fall. Trey comes back. Gonna step up flippy dippity-doo. That connects for Trey, and some kicks to the dome. Do the same. Sends Agent Zero back inside the ring. They were outside, then go back inside. And then Agent Zero drops Trey throat first across the ropes, then loads up a fireman's carry, but Trey counted that into a inside cradle. 1, 2, 3. Trey Miguel pins Agent Zero in 5 forsaken minutes. Care less. We got that. Alright, then we had the national anthem, minus anybody singing. Well, you couldn't get anybody from the locals, from the local Chicago choir? Or from a Broadway show? I mean, really? Would that cheat there, Carlos? I mean, there's so many people in Chicago. I mean, seriously. Alright, I'll be right back. 1 second, guys. Alright, we're back. I guess I don't go in the little men's room, if you will. Alright, so Carlos is cheap. Can't get anybody to sing the goddamn national anthem. Alright, so we started with the opening video, set to a song by the great man himself, Chris Bay, from ABC. To sweet me, Chris Bay, you great man, you follows me on Twitter. Still with his neck injury, I don't know if he's ever going to come back to wrestling. But, great song, little rap, stuff. Better than that mumble rap we hear nowadays. And that's pretty much it. Alright, then we get a look at some of the big matches on the card, which are all inside the steel cage. The tag team titles on the line, Lethal Lockdown, and a whole bunch more. But we start off with our first cage match. We have my good buddy, Flop Dollar AJ Francis, is all about that money. Takes on, well, the man who has a nice looking guitar. And that's the highwayman himself, Elijah. Who wants to walk with Elijah? I think we all do. Match was pretty good, and then you know, a little bit of blood, a little bit. There was blood in almost every match, except for the pre-show match and the main event. But anyway, pretty good stuff. AJ cuts off a walk with Elijah on top of the cage. Crazy. Then they both sit down, slug it out, and then Elijah gets a bit of that superplex from the top rope for a big crash. And then all of a sudden, Expressions comes out in a wheelchair for the distraction, which lets AJ hit the cash out for a very near fall. And then AJ goes for the door, even though you don't have to win by escape, you have to pinfall. Elijah gives him an F5. Of all things, Elijah gets an F5. Okay. Then Elijah goes for the door for some odd reason. And then Expressions gets up a la Kevin Nash, circus WCW. Remember when Kevin Nash hurt his leg and then he came out and then he got up like it was nothing? It's a miracle, he can walk! So yeah, Expressions does that, slams the cage door into Elijah's head, and then the TFL gives AJ a very near fall, and then, they're on the cage, they're around the cage, they're going up the cage, and then Elijah with a Canadian Destroyer pretty much from off the rope and the cage. That was crazy. And then goes for the cover. Expression somehow dove into the cage to break that up because there's no DQ in the cage. And then Elijah picks this Hammernager up, hits the Highwayman's Farewell, the Tombstone Pile Driver, lays him out. And then AJ comes off the top with a very nice moonsault. Then finishes off Elijah with the down payment. 1, 2, 3 in under 13 and a half minutes. I had Elijah to win. Sorry. But I should have picked AJ now. I'm probably going to owe him money. Fuck! But that's pretty much it. So, alright, so flop dollar. It's going to be up. Top dollar. AJ gets the win. And that's pretty much it. And then after the match, the hometown man, Cody Deaner, comes out with Elijah's guitar. AJ's celebrating, he's picking up what's left of his good buddy. I'm surprised, how did you not notice he was right there? And then he finally turns around, bong, with the fucking guitar, smashes the bits, because we have to continue this feud again. What's next? What's next? They had a cage match, they had a hardcore match, what's next? Dumb. Should have just ended this godforsaken feud. And we got that. Alright, then we go to the back with the lovely Gia Miller with the Bunny Alley, one half of the Prophecy and the tag team champions, because we still can't find Rosemary. We know where Rosemary is. She's home recuperating because of her injury at an indie show. So Gia's like, have you found anybody to be your partner? And now he's like, I called Rosemary, left text, messages, smoke signals, I did a Ouija board, and that didn't work. But I made some calls, and my partner's coming out right now. So we get to match number 2 in the cage for the Knockouts Tag Team titles. The Elegance brand, Em and Heather, dressed as police officers. Good, they can molest me any day. Shit. They come out, Allie comes out in a Rebel Heart shirt. That's great. And her partner, an old friend of the Prophecy, Kiera Hogan, who we all know is married to Diamante. She comes out as the new member of not the new member of the Prophecy per se, but the new tag team champion. They go at it for a while. Mr. Elegance at ringside. I was like, where the hell is George the Iceman in all this? Who cares? Anyway, at one point, Em, she's small, so a freaking midget, 4 foot nothing, gets out of the cage because it's like this big. She can get through that fucking shit. Actually, George the Iceman did finally come out. Gives her handcuffs. She tries to handcuff Allie to the cage. Whoops, that backfired. Kiera Hogan hit the Fisherman's Neck Breaker suplex. And, 1, 2, 3 to retain the tag team titles. So the Prophecy, you think you got us, but yeah, we're one step ahead of you. Fuck you, bitches. That's pretty much it. So Kiera Hogan back with Allie. Remember the whole thing where Allie got killed by Su Yung. Rosemary was there with Kiera Hogan, who was last to see Allie alive. Now Kiera Hogan's back in the prophecy. Now Rosemary's somewhere dead. I don't know. Crazy. How this full circle shit. Alright, moving on with that. Alright, so right now Kiera's the replacement holder for when Rosemary comes back from her injury, which is pretty significant. So I probably won't see Rosemary for at least 6 months, which sucks. But I don't know how they're going to explain her kidnapping. I bet when she comes back, she's going to be a heel. I hate saying it. You stole my fucking belt! Well, alright. Match, actually, commentary shouted at Rebel. He's great. Rebel Heart coming up, 2 weeks. 2 weeks from Wednesday. Rebel Heart, the AEW tribute show. It's going to be great. Cannot wait for that. Moving on. And if you haven't, donated to AOS Research for Rebel, do it now. I already did mine. I did my part. And no, I did not waste like $1. It was like $10. 5 for me, 5 for Marissa. So donate now to AOS Research. And that's pretty much it. Alright, match number 3 in the cage. We have Moose takes on the so-called King of TNA, Frankie Kazarian. This is escape only. No pinfall. No pinfall. No, none of that crap. Just escape over the top or through the door. So normal cage rules. And this was okay. Blood. A little bit of blood. Last match was blood. Well, not some, Allie had a little bit of blood, which, rare in a women's cage match, you see blood. But anyway, there's a little bit of blood in this match, too. They go at it. Moose tossed powerbomb into the cage. That was crazy. And this went for 14-14, make a wish. And then Moose, of all people, Moose busted out a super Spanish fly from the middle of the cage, off the rope. That was nuts. Freaking Joel Maxwell texted me, like, oh, did you see that? I'm like, yeah, that was fucking nuts. Anyway, then the door opens. Kaz cuts off the escape, or escape, and then both are down. Then the door opens behind Kaz. Kaz gets caught in the cage door. I don't know how that happens. And then Moose spewed him, and then he flies out the fucking cage and wins the match. I'm like, come on. They did that. So Kaz beats Moose, who, I like this entrance, which is a little bit Triple H-like with the throne. That was pretty nice. I don't know if that was a precursor, but, Moose has been on NXT before, so, with a certain guy named Oba. Yeah, we got that. Alright, so, good match there. All the matches were pretty damn good. Alright, this is match number 4 for the Knockouts title. We had Elena Black and Xia Brookside. This match was crazy. Oy, oy, oy. I mean, at one point, Xia Brookside took off her belt and had that little, it looked like a spike. The belt buckle handle. Ding, ding, ding. Shit! Busted open Cora Jade and blood like a fucking force. I'm like, damn, she's not on her period. Shit. Busted her wide open. And then she has broken wings. And then they strike away. Get a belly-to-belly superplex. Cora Jade starts coming back. She gets in a stomp. Goes to the blackout. Gets counted into the dark side of the force by Xia Brookside for a near fall. Cora Jade grabs the blackout, hits that, 2.9999995. They get back up. Xia throws some cocaine. She had the cocaine. She tried to throw it in Cora's eye. She couldn't do it at first. Then she finally gets her right in the face. I'm like, where's Tony Khan? Freaking Tony Khan's like, what are you doing? Why are you using my bag of cocaine? Never blinking. So yeah. So Cora Jade gets a face full of Tony Khan's cocaine right in the eyes, and then a fruit roll-up. Xia Brookside retains in under 13 minutes. Didn't like the finish. but Xia Brookside retains as Indy Hartwell was looking on. I think they're going to go with that. Indy finally beating and winning the Knockouts title back. But we'll see what happens with that. We move on. Alright, then we get to... I think this was match of the night. I have to say, this was match of the night. For the Intercontinental title, Mustafa Ali, who came out almost like CM Punk circa WrestleMania 25 when he came out like a gangster with Cena's theme, Cena's entrance. Came out like a gangster and then shot the fucking Titantron. That was kind of cool. It would have been nice if it blew up. Anyway, he takes on the Intercontinental Champion Jason Hotch. Order 4 at ringside, all dressed like in mafia people. That was great. Tasha Steelz, my girl Mila Moore, and the rest. John Schuyler's there with Agent Zero and a few other people. Jason Hotch comes out, his wife and his beautiful baby girl at ringside. This was crazy, blood, scary spots. I mean, where Jason Hotch hit a pile driver off the top on the turnbuckle, and Mustafa Ali's neck went, I was like, shit. And then Hotch goes up top to the top of the cage, dives off the cage to the outside through a table. That was fucking insane. And then Ali had to do his fucking bullshit, goes over to Jason Hotch's wife and kid, takes a stuffed toy from the kid. You son of a bitch. He takes the freaking doll, the freaking kid's having a fucking conniption fit. And he's like, I got it now. Then he takes out a lighter and teases lighting it on fire. Hotch charges in to give him a spear. And then he's too banged up. Ali ties him in the cage for, a whipping with a belt. And then he takes him to the corner. Hotch kicks Ali back, hits a double stomp off the cage, ouch, to a standing Ali off the top of the cage. That was insane. The fans were kind of eh. And then they kind of woke up at a few points during the show. At this point, it was great. And then Ali knocks Hotch down, hits a 450, not once, but 2 or 3 times, and Hotch is, holding the stuffed animal. He couldn't do anything else. 1, 2, 3, Mustafa Ali gets the belt back in a little over 14 minutes. So Ali gets the belt, and then we see after match, Hotch, pretty much almost a bloody mess, goes over to his wife, hugs his wife, kisses his daughter, gives her the stuffed animal back. But I think this feud is going to continue. It's going to continue. And then after the match, John Schuyler comes back, checks on his good buddy Hotch, and then Ali and company leave. So, I guess Schuyler is either in, I think he's out of Order 4 now. I don't know with him and with John Schuyler at this point. Are you in or you out? In, out. Like my dick in your mama's ass. What are we doing here? Make up your mind. We get that. Alright, then Gia Mills on the stage. She introduces a special guest, Avery Styles. AJ's son comes out to AJ's original, I don't know if the original, it's kind of like a 2026 version of his TNA theme from 2006, the 20-year version. Bam! He comes out, looks amazing. He basically says he signed with TNA, oh baby. And then I'm like, I knew someone was going to come out. I didn't think it was this schmuck. Frankie Kazarian comes out, and, he does this fucking bullshit. It's like, me and AJ, we, and Samoa Joe, we ran the X Division. There's a lot of snakes in the locker room, but I'm not one of them. Bullshit. And he's like, you can trust me, Avery. I would never do anything to hurt you. Right. So, I guess Frankie Kazarian will be Avery Styles' first opponent. I can see AJ coming back to TNA just because of this fucking shit. We get that. Alright. And then, yeah, my phone's ringing. Big deal. That's a boring numbers. It's spam. I hate these spam numbers are fucking annoying me. It's the same freaking number. Well, the first 3 numbers are the same. And then the last 4 numbers are just ridiculously dumb robocalls. Or just block in and say goodnight, you know? Go fuck yourself. Alright, we're about to hit Raw, so I gotta turn on Raw. Where are we? I don't know. Alright, so then we get to match number 6 for the X Division title. Cedric Alexander and Leon Slater. Last man standing match in a cage, because that's something we have to do now. Fucking insane. And Cedric was in. Let me just put Raw on. Okay. So Cedric's in a white shirt, obviously, because everybody was in white almost, bleeding like a pig. Alright, about to start Raw. We got the signature about to play. Alright, this match was crazy. Had a few caveats in this match. If Leon lost, Cedric becomes number 2 on the longest reigning team X Division title list. Leon's record goes bye-bye, so long, farewell. And that's pretty much it. We got a lot of stuff. But this match went 13 minutes, a little over 13 minutes. Cedric was busted wide open. Leon busted wide open. But we get to the end. Slater hammers away on the cut. Goes up top. That gets cut off. Swinging superplex. Almost like a Kevin Steen style superplex. Leaves both of them laying. Because they took it the same way. Ouch. They get back up. Leon hits not 1, not 2, but 3 lumbar checks. Because I had to make it personal, y'all. Then hits the Swanton 450. 1, 2, 3. We have a new X Division champion in Leon Slater. Temporarily, mind you. We'll get to that in a minute. So Leon gets his keeps his number 2 spot, and now that it's officially number 2 now. Because Austin Aries is still at number 1. I thought it was AJ, but it's Austin Aries. Had to look back at that. Alright, so we have people coming on Raw, Big Cass, La Primera, Stephanie Facur, a few more other people. Now we get a recap of what happened with Solo, Pew Pew, and Roman, with Eli Drake getting involved. So, we're going to hear from Solo tonight. Tribal Chief not on the show tonight. I don't even think he's on next week. Probably won't see Roman until Labor Day. The Labor Day Raw, I believe. As we're going into Money in the Bank. Get that. Alright, so Leon gets the belt back. Great match. And we move on. Alright, then we go to the back. Sonya Deville's on the phone yelling at I don't know who. And then she finds Santino checking on Elijah, who's been attacked by that unknown assailant who took out Cedric and Moose. I'm like, okay, so my theory of everybody in the system getting taken out. Well, Elijah was never in the system, so it's just random person just taking out random people now. So, I mean, we'll see what happens on Thursday if we find out who this person is. Or we have to wait to Bound for Glory. Yeah, we get that. Alright, then it's time for Lethal Lockdown, which is basically War Games, 2-minute intervals, and then when both teams' members are in the cage, top of the cage comes down with weapons. We got that. So we have the system, Eddie Edwards, his annoying wife, Alicia. Do you want to know something? Yeah, I don't want to know. So Eddie, Alicia, Mophead, Bear Bronson, and Brian Myers, they take on Bang Bang. Yeah, Sosa. Bang Bang. Sosa. Alright, Ricky Sosa, Giovanni Vinci, Fabian Aichner, my good buddy Casey Navarro, and Jada Stone, who will face M by Elegance for the inaugural Knockouts TV title. This was crazy, bloody as fuck, weapons galore when the cage came down. Jada comes out last, goes up then the cage door was locked by, I think it was Brian Myers, so Jada's like, alright, I'm gonna climb the cage, then hit a humongous fucking moonsault off the top of the cage on everybody. That was crazy. And then Jada and Alicia go at it, a little bit of hardcore. Jada pulls out some fucking tacks, and then Hurricane Rana to Alicia onto the tacks. Ricky Sosa with a freaking tiger uppercut into the barbed wire onto Bear Bronson. That was crazy. And then in the end, the System get the win after the running elbow with barbed wire around his fucking arm. Ricky Sosa, you sick fuck. Oh, here comes Eli Drake. Boring. Yeah. So, running elbow with barbed wire hits Brian Myers for a near fall. At least should make the save somehow. And then Eddie gets back up. And they have some chairs and everything. They set up some chairs. And Eddie hits a Kevin Steen-style package pile driver circa 2011, mind you. Remember that? When he hit Steve Corino with that? I was there for that. And then, blah, blah, blah. What's his name? Yeah. You know, the pretty princess, counted 1, 2, and then, freaking Cornette's like, count up 3! When Kevin Steen was trying to get back in the company before 2012 with Generico. That's how it ended. That was the same exact finish. Eddie Edwards knows, he must have been watching tapes. So the System get the win. I didn't like it. I wanted the System just be done and goodbye. But, we'll keep going. And that's that. Alright, then the main event, ladies and gentlemen, for the tag team titles. The Broken Hardys, the GOATs, yes! Broken Matt Hardy, did it! And the Antichrist himself, Jeff Hardy, dude. They take on, well, the Nemeth brothers of Ryan and my big brother, who parks Issa's car perfectly. That's the TNA champion, Mr. Nick Nemeth. Tornado's tag team match. So all 4 men in the ring, they can do whatever they want. Rams into the cage, Jeff going complete berserk. Tables were used, no ladders, I'm surprised. We get to the end, Nick and Jeff both get crotched. We got a twist of fate to Ryan, who basically lays down on the table. Matt hits the off the cage, that connects, and then out of nowhere, Nick hits the danger zone on Matt to get the victory, and new tag team champions once again, the Nemeth brothers. So for the first time in 20 years, the world champion is a double champion, as he held the world title and the tag team title. That was Kurt Angle back in 2006. Now Nick has done it. Great match in just under 12 minutes. And then after the match, the Nemeths are celebrating with the belt, with the belts. And then Leon Slater comes out. I'm like, oh, we know what this means. He cashes in his option. Basically, he exercises Option C, made famous by Austin Aries a long time ago, where you can cash in X Division title for a title match at, really was Destination X at the time. Now it's at Bound for Glory. So he's cashing in. So that first match for Bound for Glory for the TNA World Title, Leon Slater versus Nick Nemeth for the World Title. And if Leon wins, he becomes the youngest world champion in TNA history. It could happen. But then again, it could be a waste. But we'll see what happens with all that. Alright guys, Lockdown I thought was pretty damn good. So I'm going to give it 7.25 out of 10 stars. Let me know what you people thought of the show down below in the comment section. Like Trick Willie would say, let's talk about it. Alright, speaking of talking, freaking Eli's talked for 8 goddamn minutes about freaking, what happened last week with Solo, owing him a favor and all this shit. And, talking about Roman and the Usos. I'm like, I don't give a shit. You're gonna lose anyway at Money in the Bank, so shut up there, Eli. So that's pretty much it. Alright, so once again, 7.25 out of 10 stars for Lockdown, and that's pretty much it. Alright, I'm gonna go watch the rest of Raw. I will be back later, after Raw, I gotta digest my big lunch. So I might, after Raw, I might take a little nappy nap. And then get up, have my sensible dinner with the missus, and then, probably watch a movie on Netflix or on Amazon, or just watch something. I'm gonna be back with your Ring of Honor Death Before Dishonor review, once again, right here on the channel. Well, here comes Solo. Pew pew! Pew pew pew! And the freaking security guy was like, oh, who's this guy coming over here? Sit your fat ass down, dude. Anyway, moving on. So Death Before Dishonor review coming up a little bit later tonight. And if I have some time, we'll talk about NXT to get you ready for tomorrow's live show. The go-home show before Heatwave on Sunday at 3 p.m. Because, and that's going pretty much head-to-head with pretty much the third hour of All In, because All In's at 1. The Triple Op pay-per-view at 12 on YouTube. Nobody's going to watch that. I might watch a little bit of it before we get to All In at 1. And then from 1 to 3, we'll watch All In. At 3 to 5, 6 o'clock, we're watching Heatwave. And maybe the end of All In. Because, All In's going to go on at least 5+ hours. Oh, yeah. Who knows, 6 maybe. But we'll see what happens with that. Alright. Thanks for watching, everybody. Until next time. Peace.